What's up, guys? First things first, I'm leaving in a few minutes to go out of the country for the week, so no TLS Retro this week. I'll be back next Saturday. So anyway, one thing I think a lot of people don't know is how the name The Legendary Shots got started. The way it got started was back in the time when we were making the shots that you're seeing right now, like early 07-ish. We had this thing we really liked to do where we would put all of our shots in all kinds of different little categories. We had like the kick shots, the bounce shots, Carson shots, the Williams shots, the Carson's house shots. We had some weird ones like the gray shirt shots, the blue shirt shots. We had a million different categories, and every now and then something we'd try to do is we'd try to make a category of our best shots, but they never really stuck around very long because we'd make a category and some of them had names like the amazing shots. We'd make a category of like 10 shots that we considered our amazing shots, and then we'd go back and look at it a month later and realize that we'd gotten a lot better, and the shots that we'd considered amazing back then weren't that amazing anymore. Or we'd call them like the impossible shots, and we'd look and be like, okay, those were not even close to impossible. We had like a top 20 shots at one point, but finally at some point. And there goes my camera battery. Switching over to the webcam. Anyway, so eventually we had we got to where we had a few shots that we, in our opinion, were and still are pretty awesome, and so the category that we started putting them in was called the legendary shots. And whenever we would go shoot, if we made something that was really impressive, we would start to like debate, is it legendary, and we would put it in that category. And the reason this category lasted and the others didn't was because we had gotten to a point where we had at least a few shots that were good enough that we weren't looking back a month later and going, okay, those weren't really that good. We had enough shots that really were good, and I don't believe we've ever actually taken anything out of the legendary shots category because we had such a high standard for what we put in there that it never got to where there were things that we looked back and said, okay, that's not legendary anymore. When we started putting our videos on YouTube, we tried not to put too many legendary shots in one video because there just weren't that many of them. So if we gave away all of our best shots at once, we figured, well, you know, the rest of our videos won't be that good. So we'd say, okay, in this video, every fourth shot is going to be legendary, or every third shot. I remember it was a big deal when we made a video where every third shot was legendary. And then sometime in, I think, spring of '08 or so, Carson had the idea that we should make a full-length, 4-minute-long video of nothing but legendary shots, set to Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, and that project took several months, and it became TLS1. And once we started that project, we stopped attempting things that weren't legendary because we had a higher standard now, and if it wasn't legendary, it wasn't worth attempting. And so at that point, we were only attempting legendary shots. And when we released TLS1, and it was such a hit and got us the Hampton Inn commercials, we decided that from then on, that was all we were going to do. We were only going to attempt legendary shots. And we've made 7 more volumes of them since. And it stuck, and eventually we kind of adopted it as the name of the group, and we're very happy with where it's gone. And so yeah, that's the story of the name Legendary Shots. Look for a bonus video next weekend, and talk to you again in 2 weeks. See you later.